At the right time, get your body and your shape so well defined. Go and get you make you know about sweet pine and
Number 10 is Dragon Goes House Hunting. In an RPG fantasy planet, a red dragon called Letty is disowned by his parents after failing to protect their eggs. Now he has to find a place of his own, but unlike other dragons, Letty is meek, cowardly, and has overall low stats. However, a vulnerable and mature dragon creates easy prey for those who only see him as a beast to be feared, vanquished, and even devoured. After some time searching for somewhere to call home, he encounters the elf Diria, who saves him from a band of heroes. Both an architect and a real estate agent, Diria offers to help Letty find the perfect abode that suits his needs. Thus ensues Letty's house hunting quest, as well as all the fantastical creatures and formidable enemies he meets along the way. This anime offers a light-hearted and amusing comedy of errors with unique and intelligent quirks. Number 9 is My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. With no more death banners in view, personable but thick Katarina Kloss is ultimately able to show a quiet life covered by all of her friends and family. For that reason, she is determined to enjoy the school festival to the fullest without any concern on her mind. Unbeknownst to her, however, the story of fortune love of the game she used to play, has yet to end. Even more, characters make an appearance, each with their agenda to fulfill, and new mysteries await Katarina and those she loves. Will there be any way to avoid a bad ending when Katarina cannot remember what happens next? The art of the anime is great with good comedy. Number 8 is Remake or Life. Life is not running nicely for 28-year-old Kiyoya Hashiba. Having quit his post job to follow a profession in the video game industry, his internship at a popular play studio suddenly ceases, leaving him jobless and causing him to drive back in with his parents. Additionally, his jealousy toward the success of the Platinum Generation A group of similarly aged creators, has caused him to regret his decision to attend a traditional university instead of an arts college. Even though he believes there are no second chances in life, Kiyoya is suddenly given one when he wakes up one day and finds himself 10 years in the past. Instead of choosing a business school like he originally had, Kiyoya decides to pursue his passions and attends the Oinaka University of Art. There, he meets classmate Eiko Kawasegawa, the woman who had hired him as an intern in the present, alongside his new housemates and future Platinum Generation members, underachieving artist Aki Shino, an aspiring singer, an actress Nanako Kogure, and naturally gifted writer Tsurayuki Rakuonji. With each project they complete together, Kiyoya and his friends venture closer to discovering their true potential as creators and remaking their lives into the ideal versions they desire. This anime has great life lessons with good comedy.
Number 7 is Mieruko-chan. Maiko Yatsuya watches water as she fixates on a single place on her phone. She skips yet another creepy, horrible nightmare that is in her face, speaking the problematic comments, "Can you see me?" Before now, Maiko enjoyed her unassuming high school days, with late-night horror shows serving only as a form of entertainment. But ever since one fateful day, she is the only person aware of the invisible monsters walking freely among humans. Courageously, Maiko makes a bold decision: she will never, under any condition, acknowledge the presence of the horrid specters. However, even though she pretends they do not exist, she can still see how they disturb the people around her, especially her best friend, the energetic and lovely Hana Yurukawa. In order to protect them from the monsters' annoyances, Maiko gives it her best to continue her school life and avoid every troublesome crisis, even when they scare her to tears. This anime has a good blend of horror and comedy. Number 6 is Komi Can't Communicate. Hirohito Tadano is an ordinary boy who runs into his first day of high school with a straightforward goal: to dodge danger and do his best to mix in with others. Unfortunately, he fails right away when he takes the seat beside the school's Madonna, Shunko Komi. His peers now recognize him as someone to eliminate for a chance to sit next to the most beautiful girl in class. Gorgeous and graceful with long, dark hair, Komi is universally adored and immensely popular despite her mysterious persona. However, unbeknownst to everyone, she has crippling anxiety and a communication disorder that prevents her from wholeheartedly socializing with her classmates. When left alone in the classroom, a chain of events forces Komi to interact with Tadano through writing on the blackboard, as if in a one-way conversation. Being the first person to realize she cannot communicate properly, Tadano picks up the chalk and begins to write as well. He eventually discovers that Komi's goal is to make 100 friends during her time in high school. To this end, he decides to lend her a helping hand, thus also becoming her first ever friend. This anime has one of the best comedies in its 12-episode runtime. Number 5 is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Season 2. As Toru resumes on her pursuit to evolve the greatest housekeeper and Kanukami completely engaged in her life as an elementary school student, there is not a dull day in the Kobayashi family, with mischief being a daily staple. On one such day, however, a massive landslide is spotted on the hill where Kobayashi and Toru first met, a clear display of a dragon's might. When none of the dragons they know claim responsibility, the perpetrator herself descends from the skies. Ilyalu, the radical chaos dragon with monstrous power rivaling that of Toru. Sickened by Toru's involvement with humans, Ilyalu resorts to the typical dragon method of resolving conflict, a battle to the death. Despite such behavior, she becomes intrigued by Kobayashi's ability to befriend dragons and decides instead to observe just what makes Kobayashi so special. With a new troublesome dragon in town, Kobayashi's eccentric life with the Dragon Maid is only getting merrier. This anime has great comedy with a good story. Number 4 is Non Biyori Nonstop. The easygoing travels of the four girls resume. As their brief yet eventful summer evolves into a remote memory, the arrival of fall signals a new school year with limitless opportunities. Even as the four girls return to their peaceful routine, the appearance of new faces enlivens the anything but exciting rural life of Asahijoka. Non Biyori Nonstop leisurely walks back into the lives of Hotaru Akiju, Kamari Koshigaya, Natsumi Koshigaya, and Renjimoki as they fully embrace their rural lifestyles and turn anything they find into nothing but fun. This anime is the finale of the anime, which is sad because over the years anime got better. Number 3 is Laid Back Camp Season 2. Having consumed Christmas camping with her unique companions, Renshima launches on a solo camping trip to see the New Year morning by the ocean. All goes according to schedule until unforeseen weather blocks the roads back home, making a return trip impossible. Rin, who is now stranded for a few days, is invited by Nachiko Kagamaura to stay at her grandmother's house. What is supposed to be a 2-day trip becomes an extended period of sightseeing and new experiences for Rin, and she encounters some new and old faces along the way. Yuru Camp Season 2 continues the story of Rin, Nachiko, and their friends as they further explore the joys of camping. This anime has everything right in terms of enjoyment, character, soundtracks, and beautiful art. Number 2 is Gintama, the final. 2 years have departed following Tendo Shuu's attack on the Oedo Central Terminal. Since then, the Yurazuya keep moving their different ways. Anticipating Utsuro's return, Jintaki Sakata starts exploring Earth's ley stripes for hints of the other man's alternate. After an encounter with the remnants of the Tendo Shu, who continues to press on in search of immortality, Jintaki returns to Edo. Later, the regrouped Shinsengumi and Yurazuya begin an attack on the occupied Central Terminal. With the Altai harvested by the wreckage of the Tendo Shuu's ship in danger of detonating, the Yurazuya and their allies fight their enemies while the safety of Edo, and the rest of the world, hangs in the balance. Fulfilling the wishes of their teacher, Shauyu Yoshida's former students unite and relive their pasts one final time in an attempt to save their futures. The very final is exemplary of what a series' swan song should look like. It gives all its personalities a chance to shine, serves up satisfying battles, and retains its signature humor to the end. Number 1 is Fruits Basket, the final. Hundreds of years back, the Chinese zodiac souls and their god promised to remain jointly permanently. Joined by this commitment, the possessed associates of the Soma household must consistently return to individually further beneath any events. Yet, when these bonds shackle them from freedom, it becomes an undesirable burden, a curse. As head of the clan, Akito is convinced that he shares a special connection with the other Somas. While he desperately clings to this fantasy, the rest of the family remains isolated and suppressed by the fear of punishment. Toru Honda, who has grown attached to the Sumas, is determined to break the chains that bind them. Her companionship with the family and her friends encourages her to move forward with lifting the curse. But, due to confounding revelations, she struggles to find the tenacity to continue her endeavors. With time slowly withering away, Toru contends with an uncertain future in hopes of reaching the tranquility that may lie beyond all this commotion. Fruits Basket was lighthearted and fun, then grew more serious and dramatic as the season went on. Please like and share for more updates and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.